I think this time has been an ultimate relationship test. I try to just stay available to others in the way that they need or don't need me. This time period has obviously been tumultuous not just due to COVID, but socially and politically as well. We're all factoring these events through our own particular lens. It's not my place to challenge that in others, and I've really allowed myself to retreat into my own inner world more. I know a lot of people hate wearing masks and feel disconnected because of them, and I know it's particularly hard for people in the deaf and hard of hearing communities. However, I kind of love them. I like wearing a hat, sunglasses, and a mask. It feels like a disguise or anonymity. I like having a reason to cross the street to avoid strangers. How does this object bring you comfort? It's like a big plush scarf. It reminds me of a boa constrictor. One of the first things I did was wrap it around my neck. I crossed the arms, then crossed my own, a nod to my inner contrarian. It bridges the gap, but is also a yardstick of stay away from me. Orange like safety, but also a signal or a warning. It's an embodiment of the phrase made with love. I don't have a history with the object like I would many things I'd consider a comfort object, so it is in a way a simulation of comfort or invites familiarity that doesn't exist yet. It's a little bit like when you meet someone who comes off a little overly nice and it's a bit disarming without knowing their true intentions, only they are just that nice. It's a bit of an uneasy comfort or has an edge to it, like sleeping to avoid the situation just to wake up and be reminded of it again. It's a plush embrace. I wrap myself in it. I interlace the fingers with my own. I find myself idly caressing my face with it. I've always been somewhat of a solitary person, and I've always vacillated between extremes. I've really tried to adhere to my partner's schedule since he works from home, so I can support him and not be completely untethered, or sleeping through the day while he works. But sometimes I'll stay up until 3 or 4 in the morning watching television or working on a jigsaw puzzle, and I get the same feeling I did when I was a teenager up long after my mom and dad went to sleep. My dad always woke up early, so the trick was to avoid detection when he woke up, or else it was awkward and the spell was broken. Now, though, as well as then, those late hours can feel like there's still magic in the world. I've always maintained a somewhat idealistic awe of the world and people's potential, and while that remains, I'm less interested in finding or seeing that in others. I'm not sure if that's jaded or just part of growing older. Maybe it's a sign of my own polarization that we're seeing politically and socially. I'd rather save my openness for those I'm close to and worry less about letting others in. I'm more closed off in some ways and more open in others. I think this has been an exhausting time historically, and in a lot of ways, I'm just tired.